Today we are going to have a look on the TESmart HDMI KVM extender, and as you can see already the setup is up and running, and we are running in what we call one-to-many. So that means we have one of the transmitters that is configured with one of the group addresses, and then we have 1, 2, 3 monitors that is currently showing exact what is coming from my small PC at the end here, going into the transceiver that we have up here, and that goes into each of the different monitors. And outside of the frame we have one more, so just down here there's one more where we are connecting, and that is going to my PC where we are capturing the input at the same time. So we have 4 receivers and we have a single transmitter in this configuration. To make it a little bit more advanced is that the transmitter, as you can see, goes into the switch at the lower part. That switch connects then to the switch we have over here in the corner. That switch then again has a link to the other switch up here, and each of those receivers are connected to different switches. So the first one is connected to the one in the bottom, the next one to the one in the corner, and the last one over here is to the other one here. That is just to make that you can see it is using my IP network, and it's using the multicasting to be able to send that signal to each of the screens. But you can see there's no delay in that way between each of them, even if we have those 3 jumps between the configuration. But what happens if I now lose my connection? So let's try that. If I unplug the network cable, you will see it going to take a couple of seconds, then it will detect, hey, I lost my signal, so it just froze the picture. And then in a second here, each monitor will then detect, and they will now show the group they're part of. So they're part of group number 1, and they are looking for the transmitter. So let's connect it again and see how fast it comes back. Again, remember, you have the option to change the address on each of them. So we have a total of 16 groups that we can work with, and later in the video I'll just go through each of them so you have a quick look on how that looks like. But again, this is a really easy way to get info screens in your building or other kind of monitoring where you need many people to have access to the same information. And as you can see down here, I have my keyboard down here, and I can connect that to any of the units, so it doesn't matter which one. So in this case here, my mouse was connected at the end up here to this one and will work fine, but I can move that to another one, and at the second I then bring in my mouse. So we take the mouse in, and you can see the mouse is now moving around here on the screen, so I hope it's possible to see that. But I can unplug it and go to another unit, and then my mouse also works in here. So that's an easy way to have exact the same information on more screens, and you can have up to 253 of the receivers, and again a maximum of 16 transmitters. And again, let's have a look on how we are configuring that. So we'll switch to a different picture here where I go through each of them. Again, if you like what you saw here, then please subscribe. And again, thanks to TESmart for sending some of the units for validation. The other units I post them myself. And let's switch to the last part where we're looking on the addressing here. In this video has been focusing on the one-to-many connection. But what if you have many machines, meaning that you have a lot of clients, maybe in a rack or something that you want to be managed from different locations in your building. So again, you maybe have, like here, 3 management workstation where you have people sitting, but it's not like in this demo where we used it for the info screen, but we need much more machines. So we bring in more clients, and of course I could take one extender, connect to each of them, but that doesn't make it easy for me to switch between them, because then I have to change the address of that every time. So instead of doing that, we can bring in the KVM again. So we have the KVM where we have all those ports. That means that if I put this in front of my machines, it can be my servers, my desktop machines, client machines, whatever I have where I need more people to have access. But again, remember, they need to manage the same machine at the same time, because each of them will of course connect to the KVM. But in some cases that could make sense. If you have like 3 different admin people sitting 3 different places, then they need to manage the same environment and keep an eye on who is touching what. Then you can use that. So you will take the TE transmitter and you will connect that here to the TESmart switch, and then we will have exact the same setup as we have been going through today. But stay tuned, subscribe, like, share, and then wait for the next video to come up where I'm going to connect this one with the setup we have here. So again, thanks for your time. See you in the next one. Bye.